So you were born in 1994? That makes you a dog in the Chinese Zodiac, and not just any dog, you're a wood dog. Sounds like a superhero name, right? Well, in many ways, it kind of is. Let's sit down and chat about it, because being a 1994 dog means your personality is a fascinating mix of loyalty, justice, determination, and a subtle rebellious streak that the wood element brings in. Curious to know what makes you, and other 1994 dogs, tick? Let's dive into your zodiac story. First, what's the deal with the dog in Chinese astrology? The dog is the 11th sign in the Chinese zodiac, and it's all about loyalty, protection, honesty, and courage. Think about the qualities of a real-life dog: dependable, loving, sometimes a little protective, and always ready to guard the ones they care about. People born in the year of the dog carry these same traits in the human world. But dogs aren't just fluffy, loyal friends. Oh no, when you dig deeper, you find that dog signs are fiercely intelligent, emotionally deep, and natural-born justice seekers. They can't stand unfairness, and they'll speak up, even when it's risky. Now, mix all that with the wood element, which governs growth, compassion, and creativity, and you've got yourself the 1994 wood dog. So, what's special about the wood dog? Each dog year carries a different element: metal, water, wood, fire, earth, and 1994 was ruled by wood. That makes you a little different from, say, a metal dog, 1970, or earth dog, 1958. Wood dogs like you are more open-minded, diplomatic, and sociable. You're still a dog through and through, loyal, thoughtful, and protective, but the wood softens some of the typical dog intensity. You're more adaptable, more willing to work with others, and more creative in your problem-solving. You're likely the one in your group who brings people together, even though you don't always want to be the center of attention. There's also something else: wood dogs have a quiet ambition. You might not shout your goals from the rooftops, but you definitely have them, and you're determined to reach them, even if it takes years. Patience, after all, is one of your secret weapons. Personality traits of the 1994 wood dog. Let's break it down. If you were born in 1994, you might recognize these traits in yourself. 1. Loyal to the core. You value trust and loyalty in all relationships, romantic, family, or friendships. Betrayal cuts deep, and once someone loses your trust, it's hard to get back. 2. Thoughtful and introspective. You think a lot about life, people, your purpose, what's right or wrong. You're probably the one in your group who always asks the deep questions or gives surprisingly profound advice. 3. Quietly ambitious. You want to succeed, but you don't feel the need to brag about it. You prefer actions over words. When you get there, people will be like, "Wait, you did what?" And you'll just smile. 4. Creative and resourceful. Wood dogs have strong creative instincts. Whether it's art, writing, business, or life hacking, you like doing things your way, and it often works better than anyone expected. 5. A protector by nature. Injustice drives you nuts. If someone's being bullied or treated unfairly, you can't help but step in, even if it doesn't involve you. You're the guardian of the group, even if you don't always show it. What about career? As a 1994 dog, you're wired for honest work, meaningful missions, and making a real difference. You're not just in it for the paycheck, you need purpose. You do best in careers where you can help others, solve problems, or defend what's right. Careers that suit you. Law, yep, you'd be a great lawyer or advocate. Teaching or counseling. Psychology or therapy. Writing or journalism. Public service or nonprofit work. Creative fields, design, art, music, especially with that wood creativity. You're probably not thrilled by cutthroat competition or meaningless corporate ladders. If the work feels fake or unethical, you're out. What about love and relationships? Let's be real, 1994 dogs are deep lovers. You don't do flings or games. You're in it for the real thing, loyalty, trust, and partnership. You're the kind of person who remembers anniversaries, listens when someone needs to vent, and gives the best hugs. But you're also selective. You might not fall easily, but when you do, it's with your whole heart. One thing about you, you need emotional honesty. If someone's being shady or playing hot and cold, it throws you off completely. You value security and emotional connection over drama and intensity. In relationships, you're a great mix of dependable and romantic. Quiet gestures, thoughtful surprises, and meaningful conversations. That's your love language. Friendship style. You're that quiet rock in your friend group. The one everyone calls when they need advice or just someone to listen. You're low drama, but you always keep it real. Friends know they can count on you, but you don't need a big crowd. A few real ones are more than enough. You're also incredibly loyal, sometimes to a fault. But hey, better loyal than fake, right? Challenges for the 1994 dog. Let's not sugarcoat it, every sign has its struggles, and 1994 dogs are no exception. You worry a lot. That big brain of yours sometimes works against you, spiraling into overthinking. You can be a bit guarded, especially when you've been hurt. It takes time for you to open up, and even more time to trust again. Sometimes you care too much about fairness, to the point where it frustrates you when life, or people, don't play fair. But remember, these are just shadows of your strengths. Self-awareness and balance are your best allies. Famous people born in 1994, dog energy in action. Justin Bieber, a loyal, emotionally driven artist who rose to fame early and had to mature in the spotlight. Classic with dog evolution. Dakota Fanning, intelligent, intuitive, and consistent in her career choices. Harry Styles, independent thinker, loyal fan base, and a creative risk taker. See the pattern? Quiet strength, creativity, loyalty, and a unique sense of identity. 1994 with dog energy is quietly powerful. You might not always feel like you stand out in a crowd, but make no mistake, 1994 dogs have a quiet power that people naturally gravitate toward. You're kind, but firm. Sensitive, but strong. Private, but passionate. You're here to live a life of meaning, stand up for what matters, and protect the people you love. You may not always take the loudest path, but you always walk the right one. And honestly, that's the kind of strength the world needs more of. So, 1994 dog, stand tall, stay true, and keep moving forward. The world sees you, even when you're not looking for attention. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a future Zodiac insight. Share your sign in the comments, we'd love to hear your story. See you in the next one.